Jameson Williams drag route. Again, Ben Johnson continues to get him going across the field, works to get him open against the flow of the defense, and, the linebacker doesn't have a chance to keep up with him. Again, he's able to slip behind the line, doesn't get contacted, doesn't get caught up, breaks free, runs loose, all that open space. And again, get him going across the field, get the ball in his hands early and let him go, let him work.
What? Why are you shaking your head?
You're welcome.
What's up, everyone? My name is Stephen O'Rourke with FantasyPoints, and today I wanted to dive into the film from week 1 of Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams had 5 receptions, 121 yards, and a touchdown, and really had the breakout performance that many had been waiting on, especially the Detroit Lions. Jameson Williams showed a lot of growth in his game compared to his last 2 years, which comes from finally having a drama-free training camp and being fully healthy to begin the year. Jameson flashed great route running abilities and improvement in his hands, and Ben Johnson utilized Jameson a little bit differently in week 1 to get him open coming across the field. Let's take a look at a few plays that emphasize the growth that Jameson has gone through as a player, as well as the trust that he has built with the coaching staff and Goff. Let's take a look. Second passing play of the game. It's third down. Jameson Williams. What I love that Ben Johnson does is he motions him in at the snap, gets him up to full speed, and has him come across the field. Quentin Lake has to pick him up, and Goff ends up getting sacked because of the stunt, but Jameson's open. He has a step on Quentin Lake and also doesn't get contacted across the middle. There were quite a few times last year where he would let himself get contacted by linebackers, guys across the middle, and it would throw him off his route, but he doesn't do that. He slips his way through. Next play is the second quarter. It's the first big play of the game for Jameson Williams. They're going to set up a post route. They motion Raymond out. Durant runs with him, kind of signals that they have man coverage. Safety's walking down, opens up the middle of the field wide open. And Jameson, what I love that he does on this route is that he stems it outside, gets the corner to kind of push outside a little bit, open up his hips. Jameson cracks off the route right as he kind of gets into the corner space. Wide open across the middle. Again, because the safety walks up, because they're in man coverage, there's nobody over the middle. Wide open, get Jameson Williams running away from people. It's one of his best traits is his speed. And if you can get him coming across the middle, get him running away from people, get him into open space, he's going to do some damage. Next play, top of the screen, Jameson Williams is going to run an in route. Goff wanted to get to him. He ends up getting pressured from another stunt. But what I love is that Jameson drives hard and breaks the route really well. A lot of the things that he did and had issues with his rookie year and last year were that he would drift into routes quite a bit. What I saw in this week 1 game is that he has a little bit more intentionality from his route running. He's more fluid. He's in and out of his breaks quicker, faster. It looks better. Goff had a little bit of pressure from stunts this week, and Jameson had a couple open opportunities, but overall he could have had a bigger game, but he did have, a massive game, and it was utilizing his speed across the middle. This next play, big play of the game, Jameson Williams hits a hitch and go, absolutely fries Tre'Davious White. And what I love is that gets up to top speed and really breaks it down, really sells the hitch or the breaker, that he's going to stop. Tre'Davious White bites on it hard, and Jameson just breaks free. I also love that Jameson, fought through the contact, even despite Tre'Davious White getting hands on him, he still fights through, gets deep, still outruns the pass, makes an adjustment, great catch. Now, just to show the improvement that he had from last year to this year, juxtapose that with same route, same side of the field from last year against Chicago. Now, the coverage is a little bit different. Jalen Johnson's in man, but if you watch him at the top of his route when he breaks that hitch off, when he goes to do the stop and go, what he doesn't do is he doesn't sell the fake as hard. He doesn't really slow down as much. He kind of maintains his top speed, and Johnson doesn't have to bite. He knows that he's up on top of me. I can still break down if he does end up going, but I need to stay deep because it's cover 3 and I need to stay over the top. It's just the difference between those two routes, this one and the one prior, you can just see it in the head fake. We'll go back and take a look real quick. You can just see the difference in how much more he breaks it down there, how much more he really sells the head fake, really gets into it, really changes speed, and then just explodes out of it. And It's little things like that are just going to elevate his game and make him so much more of a threat in 2024 than he was his prior years. Is just the development of his game. Again, I'll just show this play again. Again, just does not break it down as much, doesn't really sell the head fake as much. Johnson stays on top of him.
Hi, I'm John Hansen, and I'm here to talk about the Fantasy Points Data Suite. You may be asking yourself, what is the Fantasy Points Data Suite? Well, here's your answer. It is the best publicly available football data on the market, custom made and accurately charted by a team of film and data experts. This data suite is only $200 per year or less than $20 per month. Our closest competitor actually charges close to six figures for a very comparable service. Sounds like a good deal to me. As an expert or analyst, I upped my game considerably once we got a couple of the data suite tools up and running during the season, most specifically the wide receiver coverage tool and, of course, the quarterback matchup tool. I did a top 5 Sunday props for all 18 weeks of the regular season. I was 64% for the entirety of the season. However, from weeks 12 through 18, the final 7 regular season weeks, 70% on player props, thanks to the Fantasy Points Data Suite. That is making money.
Again, another great play. This is later in the game. Jameson Williams drag route. Again, Ben Johnson continues to get him going across the field, works to get him open against the flow of the defense, and the linebacker doesn't have a chance to keep up with him. Again, he's able to slip behind the line, doesn't get contacted, doesn't get caught up, breaks free, runs loose, all that open space. And again, get him going across the field, get the ball in his hands early and let him go, let him work. And then bottom of the screen, last play that I kind of wanted to show is just the development of his ability to run hitch routes, deep hitch routes. I love that he breaks these off a lot sooner. He gets back straight going towards the ball instead of kind of rounding it off, going inside, bringing the corner back into play. Goff isn't able to get the ball to him because he gets hit by the defender as he's making the throw, but it's just a big improvement on who he is as a person, who he is as a route runner. I love his ability to break off his route so much better this year. I really think that this is just going to lend to him being more available, being open more, and getting more targets. He's earned the trust with Goff. You can kind of see it. You especially see it on the in routes. And this is just a drag and drop replacement of what Josh Reynolds was last year, and I really think it's only going to improve from here. Jameson Williams is one of the most effective players at running and getting separation on crossing routes in 2023. And you can see that Ben Johnson and the Lions want to take more advantage of that in 2024. It's a small sample size, but in 2023, Jameson Williams ran crossing routes on about 13% of its routes and had a .267 separation score, which was one of the best in the league. And in week 1, 25% of his routes were crossing routes. It just shows that Ben Johnson is more intentional about getting Jameson Williams going across the field and utilizing his speed. And with that jump in utilization, the improvement in his route running and the heightened trust he has gained with the coaching staff and Jared Goff, I don't see the JMO hype train slowing down anytime soon.